Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be having another product from Nuroum. So Nuroum have kindly sent this out to me for review, and it's an all-in-one 2K meeting camera for group meetings and video conferencing system all-in-one unit, which is very useful to have if you're limited on desk space or if you need something compact to do Teams calls on, which I do quite regularly. So I've been testing this out over the past few months and I have some thoughts and impressions on this. I use this regularly for my calls in the studio, and I have to say I've very much enjoyed using it so far. So let's get into this review and find out who this product is for, what main features it has, and what you can do with it. So let's start off with looking at the specifications of this product as we normally do. So this is the Nuroum C40, and it has a 2K camera built into the top here with a 360 array speaker at the bottom, and also 4 or 5 beamforming microphones built into the unit itself. So it should be able to pick up voices from around the room. If you're in quite a large room, it should be able to fill the room because the speaker quality is quite good on it, which is one thing I was impressed with. So it's 120 degrees ultra wide fisheye lens. It's got a 5 megapixel premium CMOS sensor in it, delivering 2K at 30 frames per second or 1080p at 60 frames per second. So if you want to use it as a webcam, you're only going to get 1080p out of it or 2K at 30. So webcam wise, the quality is not too bad. I'll show you some shots that I've taken on the computer. It's okay, it's not bad but it's mainly aimed as a video conferencing all-in-one solution. So it's equipped, as mentioned, with 4 AI noise cancelling microphones. So Nuroum really pushed this AI noise cancelling system quite hard, and I have to say it does work, like with their headset, when you've got noisy children, dogs barking in the background, and you're on a conference call. The last thing you want is everyone else to be able to hear that in the room. So this actually cancels out the noise quite well, and other people can't hear it from my experience of using the product. And they describe it as having a high fidelity loudspeaker built into the bottom. So I was quite pleasantly surprised by the quality of the speaker unit in this device. So I was using it to listen to music on, for example. So it's not going to be audiophile standards. It's not going to be anything that's going to blow away dedicated desktop speakers, but actually for just playing general computer music through it, or you know, for Teams calls, the speech was quite clear. It was coming across nice and filling the room without being overbearing. It wasn't too muffled. It was quite a decent quality speaker in this, which is good. So it also has high quality video, and that just gives you that high quality audio and video experience for meetings, which is exactly what it's aimed at. So Nuroum have stated that this unit will actually work about up to 16 feet away, they're saying. So you can actually, that's quite a decent size room, 16 foot away from this unit. So you could actually put this in the middle of a desk and have about up to about 15 people around it, and then that would enable that camera to capture that many participants in the room, which is quite impressive for the size of the unit. It's not actually that big, and it doesn't weigh a lot. It doesn't take up much room, so it's easy to store. And the 4-element omnidirectional microphone array enhanced by that AI processing does actually work, as we've mentioned, from using it. So one thing I found this particularly useful for was Teams calls, as I've mentioned. That's what I tend to do. It's a 360-degree microphone array. I walked around the room on this product. I had no problems with people hearing me. I found everyday performance on the product for conference calls in terms of its audio performance was fantastic. It literally, you could hear everything everyone was saying, and they could hear me very clearly. So the speaker and the microphone on this are obviously high quality. As we mentioned, that you could use it as a speaker or desktop speaker too. The sound output is about 3 watts, so it's not a huge amount, but it's enough to give you audio in a small room like I've got here on my studio or anything like that, and you can use it as a dedicated speaker if you need to. Obviously, dedicated speakers will sound better, but you can use it as a speaker if you have nothing else available. Just briefly talk about the camera. So the camera, as I mentioned, the specification is a 2K camera. It does have a 5 times digital zoom on it as well, so you can zoom right in, but only digitally, so no optical zoom on this. And you also get a remote control with it in the box, which is nice to have, because if it does work 16 feet away, the remote control enables you to change some of the major functions on the device without having to go near it. So say if you're presenting at the front and you want to change the device itself, settings like volume or other various settings, or to even turn it off, you've got the remote control to do that. So it's very easily to connect in as well. It has a USB-C cable on the bottom of it and a power adapter. I found actually you could power it via USB-C most of the time. It didn't seem to need the power adapter for me when I used it, but it does come with a power adapter in the box if you need it. Sometimes it draws more power than some USB-C ports can provide. If you've got it plugged into a USB-C dock, it should be absolutely fine. So it's plenty of stuff. Everything in the box is what is included that you need to get started with this. And it can also be tripod mounted with a tripod mounting screw on the bottom. So that's useful if you wanted to put it on the corner of a room, for example, to sort of capture a big table of people. There's lots of usage scenarios for this. And I feel like Nuroum have thought about lots of different ideas that people might actually want to use it for. So it's more of a product that I would recommend for people in the real world sort of business case scenario than actually something that might be another manufacturer would have. You know, I've used lots of these products over my years, and I have to say this one actually works, and that's what I like about Nuroum stuff. It just works. It just does what it says on the tin, and it's a sensibly priced as well. So in terms of pricing, it's $229, and you can get a discount code down below, which I'll put in the description. That gives you a percentage off, which will give you a nice discount on the product, which is worth having. So it's not a cheap product, but it's something that will last you for years. I'm pretty confident I could keep this for 5 or 6 years or longer, and it will keep going because the camera and it won't get out of date. It's got decent camera, decent speakers, decent microphones, so you could use it for a long time. So it's worthwhile if you need something like this to invest in, put investment in this. Or if you're looking to buy for a company, they do discounts on bulk discounts. So have a check out for that. If you've got, if you've got several offices or lots of employees or several meeting rooms, and you want to buy 4 or 5 of these, for example, you can get a discount if you go on the website and have a look. So it's worth having a check it out because, as I say, it's just a decent quality product. And also you get a light on top of it, on top of the ring, on top of it here, which indicates the status of the device. So it'll say if it's coming on, off, if it's got the microphone on, or if it's got the camera on, which is nice to useful to have because then you don't have to look at your computer. And you've got some touch controls on the top here as well. So if you don't want to go for the remote, you can quickly find the controls. So you've got the volume, mute it quickly, and also increase the video conferencing mode on and off, which is, it's just useful things to have like that. Everything's just been thought out very carefully and how it works, and that's what I'm a fan of this product in particular, is usability, because it just feels like a usable product. And that might sound a bit daft, but I've tested lots of these products out, and plus had lots of products out in the past year that have not been usable and not been very user-friendly. So this is just user-friendly and just works straight out of the box. Plug it in USB-C and you're good to go. No drivers on the computer. It just connected straight away to Mac, Windows, whatever I plugged it into. It worked perfectly. So I want to know then what you think about this product. So would you buy this product? Are you looking for a product like this? Have you been looking for a webcam type product with a built-in speaker for video calls? Or even if you're not, even if you're just someone like me who just as a creator, and I do a lot of Teams calls, this is particularly useful for me because I could have it on my desk. I didn't have to worry about putting a headset on. Someone rang me, I could initially just connect straight to this speaker. Multiple mounting options and the remote control, all included for that $229 price, which I think is good. It's a good price for what you get. It's not cheap, but it's a decent quality product, made very well, and it feels like it will last for a long time. So check out Nuroum's website. I'll put links down below to the discount code that I've agreed with Nuroum. Thank you for Nuroum for sending it out to me. Big thanks to the company. I say I love their products. They do check out their website. They've got lots of different products on there, and I think they just sell high quality products at a sensible price. They're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive either. So somewhere in the middle range that you can get something. Products just work, in my opinion, for what the usability is, and they just work for people and deliver exactly what they say on the tin. So check them out. I've really enjoyed using this. It's a Nuroum C40. And we'll be looking at another headset from theirs later on. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Any questions, just let me know down below about the product if you want to know anything about it, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.